all forward for the fourth quarter, talking about productivity and planning and quarterly planning and weekly review and different systems that you could use. And here is a perpetual 3-month notebook called Trig Life Mapper. So this is, I want to really put in action now for the fourth quarter, end of this year, and then continue doing it during next year, 2022. And in a way, I bought 4 of these, but a big part of this year has so-called disappeared. And I have now 2 books that I could use for the next year, for the first quarter and the second quarter. And for the third quarter, I started to use this, and I will put it down here. I started to use this one here, but I think it was week 29. It's like 13 weeks in a book, and that was in July. And then it's empty here, and then at the end, I started to doing also. So I'm coming to that sense that I really have to put this now in place, and I will put things out there on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and others, because recently I've been on several courses like Flourishing Super System with Robert Beagley. It was Taking the Stage with Beagley and Leopold. I got recently from Mark Askwitz about the system there also, which is sent through to Captivate members. And then some other things also in this area, like Thistle have had for September, Thistle Forum, that have productivity. So we're reading The One Thing. And the one thing that I'm doing here is to get ready and launch my last site, teaparty.media. So that's the whole focus, doing it end of this year. So I will listen here now if it sounds good here on the Facebook. So that's good. It's working. So I will so close down the sound and take a sip here. Cheers. So, and it's just do it, but you have to have a system in one way or another. I like the analog thing, so you could put it in digital, and I have digital tools also. One, for example, called Workflowy, and I will come back to that and go back and check there. I did have different things in my life and different projects. And coming back to the audiobook about Ikigai, to have a circle what you're good at and what your skills and what you're passionate about and what you could find a market for, and then when they cross over each other and overlap, and where you find your spot, your sweet spot. So one thing I like is we have a podcast called Pen Meets Paper. We talk about like pencils, fountain pens, gel pens, rollerball pens, and others. And also a podcast called Produktivitet in Swedish, like to be productive and drinking tea. Now it's mostly focused on tea drinking, but there you could have a tea ritual, like during your weekly review on, like, for example, Sunday, taking time to brew and steep tea, the perfect cuppa, and sit down and take some time and plan ahead, the week ahead, and also looking back of the week has passed and so on. But I like, as I said, the analog thing. So here is a notebook by a company called Word in America, and there they have a simple system. They call it like bullet point, important, and then in progress, and then complete. So you put a bullet point there, circle and then a bullet point if it's important, and then you cross, you're starting doing it, and then another cross there, so it's finished. So now I have done it during the years here and putting up. Now today I will put things that I will do. I will call, send emails, and so on. And I have an idea to have like MMA, like money making activities, and then the number 3. So like touching, reaching out to individuals that are friends, contact, and so on, potential customers, clients that you know, like, and trust. So it could be, for example, in my podcasting sphere, and I will do a podcast here. Thanks, one viewer here. I will do a podcast episode of Ego Netcast here soon again, talking about Podcast Index again, Podcasting 2.0, and also the Podcast Academy and some other things, and also planning ahead. So something about podcasting, new media, potential clients, and the clients that I have, and also following up, and then personal side, it could be Facebook friends, and also for my side hustle. So, and hustles regarding health and well-being. So this is one thing that continue doing, putting in it, and I'm doing a journaling often every day, also writing down with a fountain pen my thoughts, my ideas, and also a big, could say, time plan of a day. But again, it's better to do something once a week than nothing. So a weekly review could be good, and then put your to-dos, and you could do like an Eisenhower matrix, what's important and urgent to do, and then things that you have to plan and schedule, and then things that you could delegate, and then things that you shouldn't do. So here is again a note card by Model 1927. So here is a weekly plan. Of course, you could use an electronic calendar and in your phone, but here you get this overview in a great way. So I could use a card, for example, for my social media activities, for my side hustles, or other things like podcasting, that you see where are the white spaces, where do you have time for your pebbles, your passion projects and others. So I will again continue to work with this. And then you could say, why have so many different things and tools? In my way, it's this ritual again to write, then thinking on paper, writing things down. It's a certain feeling you're getting, thinking about and chewing it. So, and this Trig Life Mapper is getting your triggers about your weekly review, monthly review, and quarterly planning. And then you could see the process and your challenges and pipeline and milestones, etc. And then another thing, I have to shout out to Karin Coach, Karin Blad in Sweden. And here is her thing called Karin Coach AB, like limited company. And here it's a big paper with 12 weeks. And she calls it in Swedish flak. It's like 12 weeks, similar to the Trig Life Mapper, but on one paper. So here you could see like an overview of a quarter. So for example, if you start a project with a season, then you could get an overview of that, or some other activities. So I think all these tools, analog tools, is working well together. So that's on my mind also. And then I will do some catch up, for example, on Instagram now, but don't feel pressed that I have to do everything every day, or not even every week, but I will try to do that one thing when it comes to Instagram, and especially again focus on my, as I said, last site, teaparty.media, explaining my work as a new media advisor. And that's why I'm also continue working with this live streaming. I'm testing, I'm planning, and getting reaction and feedback. I could get material that I could curate for other platforms. So this could be part of a newsletter. It could be something that I refer to in an upcoming podcast episode. It could be a post on LinkedIn, etc. So again, this is Wednesday wrap, and I wrote, and I will write down that as a card on my HAPS profile. And then we could do this script for HAPS. That download the HAPS app, it's free, and when you sign up, you get 100 coins for free that you could give to content creators like myself and others. And then you could subscribe to my feed so you get notified when I'm doing live things. So I will put that also the different days when I'm doing the show. And as I said, if something is more important, then it could be a pause here on apps or later times. But again, to repeat, on Wednesday wrap, whatever happened through the week, and doing a wrap, and also could be sometimes something with food, like a tortilla wrap. So, for example, I had an omelette with crab. Do you like crab cakes? Like something you could put in a wrap, maybe. And then on Thursdays, tomorrow, it's now I have to get this toy Thor's hammer in plastic or something like that. Thunder, and it's in Swedish called Thor's dag, Thor's day. Then I will ventilate about something. Often it's in The Economist as a former subscriber, and I could get access to some articles every month there. So that could be a thing. And also recent what have happened on the social media with a meltdown, you could say, in a way, with Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and also these so-called whistleblowers, and is it real problem there on Facebook or not? That we could continue the conversation and think about it. And then on Friday, it's Fun Friday, Follow Friday, and it could be shout out to fellow Tweeps, Twitter users, and having some starting the weekend. And on Saturday, it's around noonish time. I will do a siesta, talking about something during what's happening during the weekend. And then on Sunday, it's off. And then on Monday also it's off. And then on Tuesday, it's Tuesday Tech again. So that's my plan. And if you have any input, any feedback, or feed forward, like fall forward, like autumn, but also falling forward, trying, testing, create, iterate, pivoting, doing new things, evaluate. Now it's 2 viewers. Thanks for that. So 3 things tech on Tuesday. And then again, Wednesday wrap. New week has passed, and then you could evaluate the week and talk about that, doing like accountability. And that's for the FISL forum that I'm in, like a progress log or report, how you're doing. And as I said, my one thing is to create content, text, blog posts, podcast episodes, call to actions for my last site, Teapot Media, and I'm working with my webmaker there, and we have been talking about the theme, so on. I will use a theme called Monochrome from Genesis and the WordPress engine. And now, but it's informing me about what's going on with Gutenberg and what's happening, and how it will play around and play out in the future. So that will be interesting to follow, because a website is never finished in a way. But for me is a minimal viable product to get that published, so I could direct potential clients and contacts to the site, and they get an understanding what I'm doing here when it comes to content creation, pieces of advice when regarding new media, and especially my specialty, podcast. So that's it for now, I think. And I see also checking out this time. It's now Wednesday midweek, Mittwoch in German, and then it's at 6 p.m. Central European time. So that's really middle of the week. And as I said, it's 2 viewers here, and it could be, but in America now it's noon time, lunchtime, and on the East Coast, and 9 in the morning, starting the workday in California, West Coast. So that could be the thing, that it's not so many viewers at this time. But it's interesting here in Sweden. It could be that you have finished your work, you're relaxing a bit, and maybe watching the live stream. The good thing is that you could watch it, the replay, and going to the archive, for example, to YouTube, to Twitch, and also, of course, on Haps. And it will be on, so see now, it's working here on Facebook Live. So there you have it, and also on Twitter Live. So with that, I will say cheerio. My mug here, create your own miracle, and it's lighting up when it's warm with tea. So now it's been getting down with temperature, so it's not lighting up in this magenta color. It's more black now. So black tea, Kimun tea. So thanks for watching, and talk to you soon again. And if you have any comments, giving thumbs up, high five, giving rewards and coins, you're free to do that. I will talk more about how you could support an independent content creator, an independent podcaster, and also independent business philosopher. So do you use any kind of productivity system? Do you write on paper or note cards? Do you have notebook when you put to-dos? You have some kind of overview for a month, for a quarter? And thanks again, Karin, for this. Flak in Swedish. And now I saw somebody watching on live there on Facebook. I think it was Jan, so thanks for that. And then again, Trig Life Mapper, this calendar with triggers, getting things done. So again, cheerio, and talk to you soon again. It will be tomorrow on Thursday at 9 a.m. Central European time. So cheerio.